Some Halloween underlight for this video.
If there was ever a difference between lumens and Candela, that's pretty much it. You can have all the lumens in the world, but if you don't have proper Candela output, it doesn't mean much. What's up, guys? Jake with Valhalla Tactical coming with a special flashlight review. Today we are looking at the Valhalla Tactical Baldr SOL. This is a weapon mounted flashlight using M-LOK goodness right there. This is something that was sent out to us on the channel by Valhalla Tactical. Very much appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Valhalla Tactical.
They asked us to review this and kind of maybe do a little bit of comparison. Now, like all things that we get sent to the channel for free, I do want you to know that we're going to give you our most honest opinion of it. We're going to also be a little bit more physically abusive to it so that we can really see if it holds up. That's the beauty about getting free products. We can actually test them out thoroughly, beat the crap out of them, and not feel so bad. We're going to go over the specs. We're going to actually drop test it to check the durability of it, and we're going to also compare it to some other similar third-party brands to see how it does compared to the competition. And at the end of the day, we will give you our honest thoughts and see how she does. Let's talk about the specs of this light, starting with the head. The head itself, this is a 1600 lumen head. This is actually going to be their PDG, not sure what that stands for, but PDG dual fuel mod 0.2. There's a lot of acronyms, so just kind of bear with me as we go through this. We'll get through it together. 1600 lumens, 58,000 candela for this particular head. They do make a head with more candelas, but this is one that they were kind enough to send out for me to try for the channel. Dual fuel, meaning you can use one 1860-50 battery, or you can use two of the CR123A batteries. And according to them, regardless of which type of battery you use, you should get similar performance out of each. So the mod 2, they've got mod 1. The mod 2 is programmable. There's 3 different modes that you can actually have this light shine with. Mode 1 is just going to be your standard high, full blast, full blown, no F's given flashlight of the full 1600 lumens, 58,000 candela. You can switch to a different mode that's sort of like a dual low and high mode. To switch modes, you go and tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, hold, and the light will blink 2 times to tell me we're on mode number 2. So now you can blink once low and then high if you double tap it. Now the cool thing is it'll actually memorize what last one you had there. So I just ended with high. So if I blast it again, high, but if I double tap, it'll go back to low.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So you get like a low, sort of like a low beam version, so you're not blinding everybody, but then you got a high beam version as well to just really blast it out there and let people know that you mean business. Mode number 3 is very similar to mode number 2, except you've got very low light mode. So again, we tap 8 times and hold on the 9th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3. Now we've got an extremely low, almost like a moonlight mode. And then if you double tap, so sort of like a medium that we had before, and then double tap again, high. Double tap again, go back to low. And again, it memorizes to whichever mode you had last. And then of course, if you want to go back to the original mode, that's just full blast. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It blinks 1 time, telling you you're on mode number 1. So, very cool. Let's talk about the body. This is the Baldr SOL body. What that stands for is SOL, Selectable Orientation Light Body. You can actually take the head off and the tail switch, swap them around, and have it be oriented. You see how I've got this position sort of like an upwards, like 10 or 11 o'clock?
Yeah.
You could actually take this, rotate the whole body,
180.
and then swap them out so that you're more like at like a 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock.
Gotcha.
Same thing if you want to put this on the right side. Again, you just rotate the head and tail switch because each side has the same actual thread pattern, so you can swap everything out. Good news is that's actually going to be universal with a lot of Surefire products, a lot of Mod Light products, Well Tool, Z-Bolt. There's a few other companies, I think. Did I say Mod Light? Well,
yes.
It's a universal thread pattern that follows the Surefire M600DF. It's a particular thread pattern that it's a whole little ecosystem of different heads and tail switches and stuff that you can swap out. That's the cool thing about this body. Of course, it's like aircraft grade aluminum. It's supposed to be very durable, very protective, shockproof, waterproof, all that good stuff. We'll be testing that here in just a moment on some of those things. Always make sure to kind of just double check though on the universal compatibility with different parts. I don't want to tell you something wrong. There are some particular Mod Light models that I think have issue with the threading and stuff. It's not exactly 100% compatible, but as long as you're using any kind of like dual fuel head, you should be okay with this body and tail switch and stuff. Just keep that in mind. Always do your research, because honestly, we're just a couple of monkeys out here trying out free products, and we love beating them up and seeing how they do. We're going to drop test it on the gravel.
Oh, God, I hate this part.
One thing I really like about this light, do you see how close and form-fitting it is to the edge?
It does hug tight without touching.
Yeah, it doesn't really stick out. It hugs super tight. It's all up in there. It's not in the way. It's not really noticeable. It's just there. Hopefully, after we drop test it, it will continue to be like that.
Should we show clear before we start throwing the...
We do have it mounted on our poverty pony here. We're going to drop test it here. Not waist high. Are you ready? Oh, it's going to hurt. Ugh, it hurts. Got some scratches there. Hey, but they're rubbing off.
Nice.
It's holding up.
Nice.
I like it. 3, 2, 1.
Oh.
One more. Okay.
That was a good one. You'll like that.
So we got some scratches here, but honestly, I mean, it's not that bad as it looks.
Pretty tough coating.
Most of this is going to rub off. There is some scratches there. That's obviously where it hit the brick. Scratched a little bit right there, again, where the impact spots were, but for the most part, it's not that bad. So far, it's still working. Moving on to the tail switch. This is the SHO ODA tail cap. That stands SHO, super high output. And then ODA, omnidirectional activation. This particular tail cap actually was awarded the best accessory at SHOT Show 2022. Here's how it works. You've got your tail cap here, and you see I've got kind of positioned here on my thumb. It doesn't matter where you actually push on this from, any side will activate the light. Literally any direction. Now that's just a momentary, kind of like a pressure switch effect. If you want to like toggle it, you actually have to press in just like that, and it'll actually toggle it on. You can toggle it off. A lot of times when you're using weapon mounted lights, you're not going to really have it toggled on. If you're using this and you're trying to be like super tactical with it and, you know, clearing spaces out, you're probably going to have it like this, and you're going to be turning it on and off as you go through different areas, so you're not just completely giving yourself away. And it doesn't tire you out, doesn't wear you out. It's really just intuitive, honestly. I can see why it actually won an award at SHOT Show. Another cool thing about this is it can take up to 10 amps of continuous current, which is actually 3 times more than their competitors. Quick side note, while we're waiting for it to get dark, you do get a very awesome Velcro-backed Valhalla Tactical patch. Very cool. In addition, you do get a couple of different sensitivity rings. You put these actually around that little knob that you can push on the sides, on the back. It allows it to be a little bit less sensitive or a little bit more sensitive to that.
A little stiffer or looser to your manipulations.
Yeah. So that way, if you want to be a little stiffer, a little bit more meaningful, when you actually press it, you can put the stiffer one. If you want to be more sensitive, you can use the thinner one. Or, like we currently have, just don't put one on. Just let it be super sensitive.
Yes.
Like me. Analog weapon light omnidirectional activator. Also, a quick point out.
Yeah.
They asked me if I wanted the full size or the micro. Of course, I went with the full size because I want to go full blown in everything I do in life. But you can get this on the micro size that uses an 18350 battery. And that's good for like a little subtle sub gun, little tiny little thing like that you want to not take up so much space. Really good for like MP5s or MP5 clones, things like that. Again, I want to get the full size effect, because I'm all about that full size. Now, with this being an American-made company, they do offer a lifetime guarantee. No matter how you break it, they will fix it or replace it for you. So that's a good thing too. We're going to compare this to a similar Olight product, as well as a Cloud Defensive Rain 2.0. Rain 2.0?
I think it's Rain. It's
That
got to
makes
be
more sense.
from Cloud Defensive.
And we're going to see how bright it is. You can't really swap out the battery in an Olight. They've got all their proprietary charging stuff, and we're going to be using the Olight Baldr, and this is their standard gigantic Olight battery they put in there. Watts something, lithium ion battery. Their proprietary thing, 3.6 volts. However, with the Cloud Defensive Rain 2.0, as well as his Valhalla Tactical Baldr SOL, we are going to use the same battery. This particular one, this was a third-party brand. I thought it was only fair. It is a Samsung 18650. And as far as the actual juice goes, it doesn't tell me. But I bought them together, so it's the same exact battery. Rain 2.0. We've got said battery already in there, Samsung. You know, we want to keep things as neutral, as variable free as possible.
We want to eliminate variables.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it. So I was using a Cloud Defensive brand light in here. As long as it don't catch on fire, I reckon it'll be all right. That's part of being tactical. I will say it doesn't look like it's bent up or anything from the drop test. So
that mount's pretty beefy.
Yeah.
Where they've milled out that big thick piece of aluminum.
It's all one piece.
Yeah.
One solid piece melt for that body there.
It's pretty sturdy.
Yeah. Very tactical. We appreciate that here.
All
I'm
right.
just gonna wait for it to get dark. Shouldn't be long. First up is the Olight Baldr. So here it is, full blast all the way out there. You can make out that pole out there. You'll see that the light is actually spread out quite a bit, kind of a flood effect there. And you can see everything clearly, but I can already feel the light starting to get pretty hot. And there's a lot of stuff out here that is kind of having an effect on it too, just a little bit. Kind of floods out and just hits everything. Next up is the Rain 2.0. So way more concentrated light, but we have a lot more clarity going all the way out there as well, as you can see. Olight right there, flooded, blown out. You can make out the pole, but not really much past beyond it. And then back there, you see a difference in coloring in the trees and stuff. Gives you way more detail than otherwise. Now, the Valhalla Tactical, which we still have mounted on the AR. We are unloaded. Wow. So it's got a larger spotlight, but it's also got a lot more clarity. You can definitely make out everything way more. It's more of a bluish light. Do you agree? It's kind of like a cool blue.
I do see that as a cooler color. Kelvin is something we haven't really talked about. The Olight is a very, to me, more of an orangey light.
Orangey.
A warmer light, if you will.
Warm.
And then the Cloud Defensive, the Rain, is somewhere in between the two, in my opinion.
Cloud Defensive. Kind of in the between the two.
You're starting to get into that like colder LED look, and then
try to look beyond that pole and you can see the clarity in the trees there, because then if we switch to the Valhalla Tactical, I feel like it's got more clarity.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely make out the details in between the tree trunks up there better.
It spreads out a little bit more flood.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to make that out at home from the video, how much the difference in detail is at distance.
But there is a lot more clarity just with the naked eye than with the Rain 2.0, and definitely outperforms the Olight, which is just full-blown spotlight. Here's the Rain 2.0 again. So there's that. Okay, but this, I just feel like this is a better light. Again, same exact battery, fully charged in each of these. That really just has way more definition. Look.
Yeah, I think that head's making better use of things.
Yeah. I gotta say, I'm really impressed with the Valhalla Tactical Baldr SOL. This thing is freaking awesome. Same battery in both the Rain 2.0 and this, and you saw the difference. Hopefully you saw the difference. We saw a difference with our naked eye. Hopefully you at home can see a difference too. This is $200. Cloud Defensive, the same light, that Rain 2.0 is like $300. You're gonna pay less for this than if you get the Rain 2.0. This is just a better deal, and Brent pointed out a very important detail. This is all like one piece. The body, the tail switch, is very simple to operate. Even with this Rain 2.0, I've got this little tail switch in here, which, you know, that's just more pieces that could short circuit or have issues. Will they replace it? Yes, they will.
Will they replace it in the middle of a firefight in the dark? Probably not.
Probably not. There's less opportunities for something to malfunction with this little tail switch right here just doing its thing. Less moving pieces. You don't have to like tape up the wire or mount the switch somewhere else. It's all right there. And with it being right there where your thumb is, like I was just saying earlier, it's way more convenient. This is without doubt now the best weapon mounted light I have ever used. I bought the Cloud Defensive with my own money. Okay, let's be real here. I did spend my own money on the Cloud Defensive light thinking it was the best light. This one beats it. So I'm pretty impressed. What do you guys think?
I thought it was great at distance in comparison. I really like the switch personally. I mean, it's a thing that's easy to activate in a very tense moment.
I'm not trying to, I'm being careful where I shine it because
Right.
I don't want to shine people. Now, is there a little bit more flood? Yep. There's a little bit more flood compared to the Cloud Defensive, but I mean, it's not that much and you're not losing any brightness here. You still got a lot of clarity even out there at distance.
Yes.
So I think it's good.
I like it. I really like the
it's really
switch.
good. I would be really interested in trying their higher Candela head that they actually have on Valhalla Tactical's website, because this is already blowing up the Cloud Defensive Rain 2.0. I would love to see what their higher Candela head can actually do too. We're impressed. We like it. It's durable, shockproof, waterproof, all that good stuff. It's a good American-made product. That's all there is to it. Again, I just want to say thank you to Valhalla Tactical for sending this light out to us. We really do appreciate it. Without their support, we would not have been able to get this video review out to you. So again, thank you, Valhalla Tactical. We really appreciate it. Thank you for supporting the channel. Guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Remember, if you enjoy this kind of content, make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. Have you picked up a Valhalla Tactical light before? Maybe you tried out another one of these companies we've used. What do you think? I'd love to hear from you. We will see you next time.
It's very cold now.
Tactical. Yours is not on.
I know.